One. Lift off!
Hey everybody and welcome, and I'm going to switch over here. And today we are with Dr. Death, Monstrosity,
What's up,
and
everybody?
Rye Guy. And we're going to be doing something very special for you today, something I've never done on the shows before. We're going to do a double review of Link to the Past and Borderlands 2. And I think that's going to be really exciting. So, how about we'll start with Dr. Death. How about you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Dr. Death, I'm Jasper, known as Dr. Death on Twitch as Dr. Death 9964, and I'm really looking forward to today's review. So let's get started with this thing.
All right. So, Monstrosity, you're next, buddy.
Alright, boys, alright. My name is the Monstrosity. My real name is Redacted, and your mum calls me Daddy, so here we go.
Alright, and then of course, Rye Guy, introduce yourself, buddy.
Hi, I'm Rye Guy, sometimes Rye Guy 91, sometimes Rye Guy 1991, or Ultigog. And let's have some fun today.
Alright. Today, everyone, we're going to start with A Link to the Past, and I think out of three of us, we've played a little bit of the game. We haven't actually fully beaten it. Trust me, I haven't, but I did watch the actual story of the game, so it's... Uh-oh. I think Monstrosity disconnected. There he goes. He's back. He's back.
Here he goes.
He's back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, a bit of disconnection. Don't worry.
Yeah, sorry, I must have lagged, yeah.
No worries, man. Yeah.
Here we go.
You lagged out, my dude.
It's alright. Anyway, but basically, we're gonna be doing that game first since, well, if you think about it, even though we have all played the game, and I don't think maybe Monstrosity at all, but we definitely have only played a little bit of it, so it's gonna be interesting to do that one. However, we are gonna be doing Borderlands 2 as a way to, give you guys a little bit of variety today. So, we're gonna start with the story of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So, what do you guys think of the story overall? We'll start with Dr. Death.
Well, let's see. According to what I've played for a little bit, I think the story, it's alright to a point. I mean, it's really good for when the station was coming out originally.
Which one?
But
The one on the upper left.
the Super Nintendo.
Jasper.
Oh, Jasper. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think it's alright. I would give it it would be a 10 out of 10 on my book.
A 10 out of 10 on story? Alright then. Alright, so Rye Guy, you're next, buddy. What do you think?
And which one's Rye Guy?
I think
Ryan.
a good story.
Oh, bottom corner.
A real classic. A young hero rising to the challenge, well, really, same because I haven't, like I said earlier, I haven't played all that much into it because I'm still stuck on the boss of the desert temple.
Same here.
I haven't even gotten that far.
Yeah, I cannot damage that boss enough.
Ooh. Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Do you use the boomerang that you get?
That completely escaped me.
You can use the
I
boomerang.
can't believe I
and you stun
didn't
'em.
think to use the damn boomerang.
Yeah, I never would have thought of using it either.
Yeah, that's
I'm
stun
gonna
'em.
have to grab my Switch now and try it.
Alright, hey,
I feel-
so, Rye Guy, what would you scale on a 1 to 10?
1 to 10, the story, I would say a 7.
A 7? Alright.
Yeah.
What about you, Monstrosity? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I barely know anything about the game, but I watched the video because you, forced me, chained me down in your,
Oh, very
in
funny
your dungeon
there,
and...
Monstrosity. Very funny. I suggest
Anyways,
Don't do that, Retro. Don't do that,
suggest
Retro.
it.
You know it's on your own head. You know it's on your own
Oh,
head.
anyways, I heard it was pretty good, you know, and Legends of Zelda, well, I never heard any bad of it, so I'll just give it a 2.
A 2?
Because I said I'm gonna give it a 10, so I just said I'm gonna give it a 2, so...
Yeah, my...
A 2?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah,
A 2!
when it comes down to it, for me, The story is, even though I definitely say the story is very good, but it is also kind of basic. Guy saves princess. Pretty much, heck, even Mario basically had that story before him. But even though the story did get a lot better with each and every game, it's still the same damn thing, and it's just something like that, you know?
Repetitive.
Alright. I just tried the
Awesome.
boomerang against the boss and it's doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's basically that. So for me, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Can I actually change mine?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna change mine to a 7.
Are you gonna change yours to a 7? All right. So we're gonna do 7 here.
I mean, why not? Why not?
All right. So
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
we have 7, 7, a 2, and a 5. All right. Let's go with characters
You
next.
gave it a 2.
Let's go with characters next. This time we'll start with Rye Guy.
What character do you want me to talk about in particular first?
We're talking about mainly characters, all the characters that we know of, including we'll just talk about mainly Zelda, Link, and Ganon, since those 3 are the most well known in this game.
All right.
Though we can, of course, add any other characters, like make fun of Link's uncle for dying in the first few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how does he die? How does he die again? Because I did not know about that part.
Yeah, basically in the beginning, he gives you his sword and shield and say, "Here, take over my job." And then
Oh, that is so awesome. That is literally so nice.
It's a kid to do a man's work.
Sun in the woods.
Basically, yeah, and it almost kind of reminds me of the original Legend of Zelda with the whole, "Hey, it's dangerous out there. Take this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the sword. Take the shield.
So, Rod Guy, you were, what do you think?
Let's see. Well, Link it's kind of hard to really put a number rating to him in this game because he really doesn't have any vocal expressions or anything. So I'm gonna put him at a 6 for being just kind of average overall because of it.
Oh no, I'm talking about overall characters, like the overall score of the characters themselves in the story.
Overall, and I would say 8.
Really? Why would you give it an 8?
Yeah. Well, Princess Zelda has always been the kind, caring, selfless princess that she's always been, putting herself ahead of. Sorry. And okay, what was I in the middle of saying before
You were saying
I
that
screwed
how
up?
she was selfless and caring, and how she puts the needs of others ahead of herself.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean that's what she's always been like, and except for before Tetra in Wind Waker, but this is just a Link to the Past. But
Someone's simping. Nah, just kidding.
You stay on your side.
oh my god! Now I forgot what I was about to say. Thanks a lot.
I'm sorry. I just have
We're
to.
talking about
All right,
Zelda
I'm just gonna
being
move
the
on to
character.
Ganon next.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be honest, I haven't encountered Ganon in A Link to the Past yet because, once again, I'm stuck on the desert temple boss, and it's a pain in the ass.
True.
So the boomerang idea did not work?
No, according to the to Zelda dungeon, it says the sword, bombs, bow, and ice rod are effective weapons against the Lanmola, which is the desert palace boss.
Ah.
Yeah,
And what do you have?
right. I have bombs and everything, and let's see.
I'm guessing the ice rod is what you're missing, right?
No, I have the ice rod.
Okay, good.
Should be able to use that against the boss.
True.
All right.
Okay.
It according to the boss strategy, it says to use the spin attack when it's about to break out of the ground.
Hey,
And
Oh.
all right, next monstrosity. What would you rate? What do you think of the characters in the game?
1.
How am I not surprised?
What?
I mean, can I explain? Can I explain myself? You got a running horny boy with a fucking. Sorry, with a sword and a shield, running after a princess because his uncle died from most likely overdosing on oh, for God's sake, I don't know, I forgot what's in English. The pill that gives you erection, whatever. And Princess Va got herself in trouble. So, yeah, it's kind of simple. I mean, Mario is a dude that there's literally songs about him just smashing Princess, non-stop. So there's kind of a link here between, little Link trying to dip and Mario trying to get his another score.
Oh. Okay. So we already know his score. What about yours, Dr.
I don't even know if I can talk right now.
Oh God, this is gonna be the funniest episode we've had so far.
Funniness aside, I have to give it a freaking. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give it a low one on this one, a 3. 3? Okay. Because along the lines of what Monstro said, I mean it's kind of true in a way. There's this boy who's going after a girl who's a higher ranking class than he is, after his father failed the task. So you haven't been little man. Got to become a big man. You got to go out and go defeat those freaking monsters and go save the princess. Along the way, there are those swords in the way. So
yeah, I'm kind of with you guys on this one. The characters are, of course, very memorable. We all know Zelda, we all know Ganon, we all know Link, so it's pretty much essential. But at the same time, they're very simple characters, and sometimes that's all you need. I'm thinking of it from the time period of myself, since I grew up with the game. So if I'm going to say, I may give them I'm going to be generous with a 6.
Oh, how generous of you.
Yeah, just that generous, not much. All right, now let's talk about possibly one of my personal favorite parts of the game, the music.
Oh yeah, the music
yes.
in a Legend of Zelda game is always pretty good.
Oh jeez, where do I begin? It's
where do I get started?
All right, so let's start with Monstrosity this time around.
Oh, of course, me, of course, because you want my actual opinion. Well,
of course I do.
I
know. I'm not sure about the music. It's pretty nice. I know some tunes from it, because overall, well, it's Zelda, Legends of Zelda is popular. There's no way no one never heard of some kind of line of music somewhere.
Yeah, true. You have to be living under a rock.
Yeah. I remember I listened to a metal version of that and I loved it. So I'm gonna give it a 3, and that's high for me.
All right.
So yeah.
Still, I have to.
Mate, come on, Jasper. You gave the characters 3, which are the multipliers of 69. Which are the multipliers of 69. So you better explain yourself properly.
I don't need to explain myself.
Actually, yeah. Dr. Des, what about you? What would you go for?
And Buster.
Spot.
Yay.
Alright, so the music. The wonderful, beautiful music. You, Monstro, you do not know how you rate it. But I'm gonna rate it a 7. Because
oh, I really want to say something right now, but I know you would get pissed at me.
Shut up. But the music is so beautiful. I could actually meditate to that music. I like it so much. That's why I give it a 7.
Nice. All right, Raga, you're next, buddy.
I am gonna give it a 9.
Ooh, wow, that's high.
Oh yeah.
Why is that?
The music in The Legend of Zelda is always phenomenal.
That is true. For me, I'm gonna go with Rye Guy on this one. I'm gonna go give it a 9 myself because the music gets you pumped for action, but it also sets the tone for whichever area you're in. So you feel like you're actually on an adventure going to these regions and actually feeling it.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, that is true. Unlike Cyberpunk, literally glitches rock music for like three freaking scenes at once.
Okay, I am actually gonna say this. I already beat the game.
You already
beat
Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk?
Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. I maxed out my maxed out my level, and I've already beaten the entire game.
I didn't. I literally can't be asked. I'm not a fan of it anymore. It's kind of annoying because of the whole kind of FPS situation where, like, they need to optimize the game.
Yeah, they need to fix it. But still, all right. So next we're gonna go with design, and I'm gonna start us off this time with this one. I'm
gonna roast that game so much.
Oh come on, dude, 16-bit. Now of course, as you all can see, I actually own the cartridge version of this, and so I got to play the original. I got to admit, for what it's worth, it's a really interesting art design that they went with. It's more unique than I originally intended, but it was also felt very familiar since it looked, I think, a little bit more of an updated version of the original Legend of Zelda. And that's something that's going to be interesting on that. Compared to the rest of the franchise they did with Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, even the Legend of Zelda 2 looked different from the original. And so, yeah, it didn't try to stray away too much from the original one. Heck, even the Game Boy version, Link's Awakening, and the Oracle of Ages and Seasons had a similar top-down view. So, so for what it's worth, though, even though I do love the top-down view because I played a lot of those games when I was younger, heck, I still have the original NES version of Legend of Zelda up there. But if I'm going to say, I'm actually going to give it a little bit of a lower score. I'm going to give it maybe a 7 because they could have made it a little bit more unique. Like something how Donkey Kong Country completely changed the original Donkey Kong look. And you guys all know how amazing that game looks. Even for a Super Nintendo game. Alright, so next one. Jasper, you're next, buddy. What do you think?
Alright. According to the way I played it, the design, for a pixelated game, I think it's not really that bad for the design. I would give it like a freaking 8 on that one.
Oh, nice. So we got an 8 here.
A pixelated version of a game that's soon to be progressively good in the future, I think it's pretty well done. So that's why I'm only saying an 8 for that one. Because there's still improvement that could be made to the game, but also if they made the improvements now, then it'd be actually too late because there's already other games that are already made from the game itself. But yeah, in the past, if they made it better, then my score would have changed to like that, either of a 9 or of a 10 or a 9.5.
True.
So,
all right, this will be Rye Guy. What about you, buddy?
Character design,
No, just design in general, the design of the game.
I'd have to agree and say 8 because it is a phenomenal game, but there are some things that could have been done to polish it a bit. Like making it just a teeny bit easier to damage the Desert Palace boss.
True.
They should have made that easier.
Yeah.
The one I hated was the worm.
The worm,
there's a worm that keeps circling around like this and swirls, and if you get pushed off, you have to then walk on over to the staircase, go right back up, and then you have to go and fight him again while he's at full health.
Oh.
No.
That's even worse.
I hate those levels. I hate those types of levels.
Yeah. All right, Monstrosity, you're next, buddy. What do you think?
Oh, I'm gonna love how much people will try to kill me after this, but
Uh-oh.
I hate 2D games. I never liked them.
Really?
I never liked them.
All right, so
Yeah,
why,
I never.
Why don't you like 2D
I was
games?
never interested in them, and there was no fun for me playing 2D games. So me watching Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past was like watching Elderies do a marathon run.
Oh wow.
It was not interesting at all.
All right, so why
It
don't
was
you
not
like 2D
interesting.
games? I'm kind of curious.
Because a lot of times there's not enough blood particles because I am very aggressive and very gruesome. So calm games are a no-no for me. I need minimal blood.
You like Doom type games.
Oh my god, I have the Doom Eternal on Doom 2016. I love playing them. Anyways, the game, you know, like, as an overall, it's a game. You know, it's a genre that I won't like shame or beat the shit out of with a shovel. But it's a definitely game that I would like think about 500 times before even spending a penny on. Because I have to think about how much I will play this game, and if they like remastered it or at least made like a better kind of really nice kind of 2D game,
They actually did.
I would maybe
They did.
consider it.
Yeah, they did. It's
They did.
it's a link between worlds. They made it more 3D, while still keeping
Yeah.
the top-down view.
Oh yeah.
It even added new
That-
game mechanics that allowed you to actually go and merge yourself into the wall and actually crawl along the walls.
Wait,
Alright.
what is it? What's it called?
It's called A
A
Legend of
Link
Zelda: A
Between
Link
Worlds.
Between
It's for the
Worlds.
3DS.
It's for the 3DS, but it's actually really good. I actually got to play it myself. It's actually very fun.
Oh yeah.
Get a hold of
Nice.
that.
Actually,
Wait,
I'm gonna do one.
can I
last
get it
thing
as a
here.
ROM?
A
Can
ROM?
I get that as a
Oh
ROM?
yeah, wait.
I think it should be.
Oh yeah. And for that, I'm giving it a 1.
Well, for you, I actually kind of see you making that a 1, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's me. I literally gave it a 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Wait for me to give it a 0.
Setup, and that was trippy seeing all those infinite.
Alright, so you said 1,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I said 1. Yeah.
Alright, so here we go.
I
we
see
have-
Jasper already trying to kill me. I see
Alright, so
Jasper
here we
having that
go.
look like I'm gonna kill that kid.
Finally is gameplay. We'll start
Yeah,
with
but
you,
just
Monstrosity,
how?
since you actually made some. I definitely can say that this is gonna be interesting to hear your opinion on the gameplay.
A gameplay. Oh, gameplay.
Oh.
Well, I sometimes it kind of reminds me of Undertale.
Okay.
The whole kind of menu and shit. I don't mind that. I really don't, because I do like Undertale. That is one game that I actually can say, because it's 2D, I can say, yes, boys, that's a cool game, because of the story and the whole kind of sad and happy moments, and I loved it.
You're
And,
gonna love Earthbound if you ever find it.
But gameplay in Zelda, I mean, it's a 2 for me, because it's not terrible, but it's far from good for me.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Imagine you're playing a $1 game,
Yeah.
and the developers actually spent time on it.
Mhm.
That's kind of like it for me.
Okay.
Like, it's not bad, but it's not it's not good either.
Okay. Rye Guy, you're next, buddy. What would you give it?
I'm sorry, I just blanked big time. What part of my?
We're talking about the
rating.
gameplay.
Oh,
Gameplay.
gameplay. Well, let's see. Gameplay overall, I believe I'd give it a 7.5.
We'll just go with 7.
All right.
And why is that, bud?
Well, I never played it on an actual SNES controller, and I've only really played it on the Switch, which I am doing right now. And while fun, it oh God, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble thinking today.
It happens to us all. Trust me.
That happens, Steven.
Yeah.
If some of you people saw my streams, you know sometimes I blank out on certain things.
Yeah.
It's got me killed a few times too. So,
Just take your time.
yeah, take your time, man.
All right. Well, let's see. YS7 for gameplay. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh my lord.
Paper down.
Right, guys, just look at your screen. Says Jasper, don't kill me.
I will.
Now I really have lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, right,
No, sorry, man.
I'm so sorry.
But I'm just talking. I'm like, what would you think are the best and maybe things you could have improved?
Well, the thing that I wish I could improve, let's see. Being able to knock an arrow, have it fire immediately, and be able to move around while using the bow would be nice.
Okay.
And let's see. The Book of Medora, not having it as an active item, but something along the lines with the Pegasus boots would be nice, so I wouldn't have to keep switching it out every time I need to translate something.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now we're gonna go to Dr. Death here. What would you score it and why?
Well, I'm gonna have to go one up Rye Guy on this one and go for 8.
All right.
Because the gameplay, I could actually feel myself becoming. I mean, I'm Link. I could actually feel myself have a bond between Link and myself because I can actually. Okay, I kind of blinked. I could actually understand what Link's going through when he's going through these missions and these bosses. I can understand why the bosses would want to try to stop him from progressing through the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, there are a lot of people in real life that would want to stop me from becoming all that I can be.
Mm-hmm.
So, hence my reason on giving him an 8 on gameplay.
Yeah, for me, it's.
I thought about losing him virginity.
Shop.
Yeah. When it comes to me though, the gameplay itself, I like the problem solving. It really gets you to really start thinking about how to defeat your enemy. What weapons are effective? What strategies would you try to use in that certain situation? I like how that type of gameplay is used. I also like how the puzzles are actually genuinely challenging. You actually have to figure it out. But it's not too hard that you would be completely... You have to go into a walkthrough like you used the original Legend of Zelda. So,
Yeah.
with that one... And not to mention, every area is unique, so you already know where to go at that moment's notice, so you're not entirely lost. Unless you're me, who haven't played the game in over 20 years, and you're literally wondering, where the hell am I supposed to go?
Right.
But,
True.
yeah,
That's
for
kinda like
overall, I gotta give, I'm gonna be with Dr. Death on this one, I'm gonna give it an 8. Alright. So now, it's time for me to total your guys' scores. For Monstrosity, we'll start with you, buddy. Let me see. And according to your score...
Look at me.
You got a score of 9. You were lower than your original score.
Got him.
All right.
Okay,
One
where's
point.
my pitchfork? Where's my pitchfork.
Dr. Death, you're next, buddy. All right, so I'm adding your
boy.
score now. Your score was 32.
Did I say 40?
You said 25.
Oh crap! I gave it a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Monstrosity's
Not bad
original
at
score
all.
for Legend of Zelda was 10. Now it's 9. Dr. Death.
Boy, Monstrosity, you're starting to get, a little bit nicer in your older age.
Oh wow!
All right. Right, guy, you're next, buddy. All right, let's take a look here. 15. Let's see.
I gotta see.
24, 32. Your original score that you gave when you guessed was 35. Yours,
Right.
in total, 39.
Oh.
So you actually got a higher
Nice.
score than you originally gave it. All right, so
That's not
mine. Wow, I was merciless on this thing. I gave it a 35. I was lower.
And how much did you say you were gonna give it?
A 40.
What was your? You
I was not nice on this game. Yeah, let
Bruh,
me see.
don't.
Again-
I literally gave it a 9. I literally
Yeah,
gave
but
it a
you
9.
were only 1 point off. I was at least several points off. And then Dr. Death was the most generous. For his
Dr.
jump
Death.
was around about maybe 7 points.
that's not bad at all. From
All right. And now,
Oh, shoot, messages me.
and then of course, now it's time for us to get into the next part, which is another one. We are doing Borderlands 2. It's a little bit of a surprise. We wanted to do a double review for you guys. We're doing Borderlands
Wait. Are we gonna do a third rate? Because we could do Star Wars.
Actually,
I
why
haven't
not?
played
Why
Star
not?
Wars.
Why not? Since that
How
was a
about the Fallen Order?
yeah, might as well.
Okay, there we go.
All right, so
I haven't played Star Wars.
all right, so which Star Wars game do you guys want to do after we do Borderlands 2?
Battlefront 2.
All right, so we got a suggestion. Battlefront
Say
2.
Fallen Order. Say Fallen Order, or
Fallen
else
Order?
I'm gonna come to your house,
Yeah,
AK-47.
Fallen Order.
Well, you
Fallen
better-
Order.
that-
Yeah.
Monstrosity,
No,
you better hurry up and fly
Battlefront.
here then.
All right, so
Battlefront.
actually, it sounds like the majority won.
You gotta hurry up and get
Fallen
over
Order.
here.
All right, so it
Fast
looks like
Right.
Wait a second.
Or
Just
Fallen
remember,
Order, I
if you
don't
come
care.
Here, the Dave Nee house will be waiting for you.
Whoa!
Alright, boys.
You gotta save some of that for me. You gotta save some of that for me.
oh, don't worry, we'll save some for you, buddy.
Yep.
All right, and of course, now it's time. We're gonna get started on Borderlands 2. Then we'll do Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, since
That's a good
that
idea.
review that we did with Link to the Past was really quick. All right, so here we go.
Yeah.
For Borderlands 2 with story, we're gonna start with Dr. Death, and we're gonna go Rye Guy, Monstrosity, and then we'll do me.
Where do I begin?
All right,
Oh,
so here
yeah.
we go.
With a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's where.
Okay, let's go. Get my peanut butter. All right. For the story of Borderlands 2, I'm gonna have to give that. I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm
Really?
sorry. I love the story. I love how it flows, and I love how you have these side missions you can go on, and how it all connects back into the story. I just love it. It's oh my god. I don't know what else to say about it.
I
It's
got a
just
question
like,
for you. I got a question
Dude.
for you.
what?
So, what would be your total right now for Borderlands 2?
Oh, shoot, yeah.
I just kind of curious on what
Oh.
are you thinking now before we start breaking down into categories?
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep it the same. I'm gonna say 45.
45.
I might
say
have some
45.
disagreements on.
Yeah, I already have
I
that.
might have
Okay.
some disagreements.
Yeah, so basically, Monstrosity gave it 30 for his guess. Rye Guy gave 35 for his. And me and Dr. Death chose 45 for ours.
Okay. That's
All right, so we got 10 for you. Rye Guy, what about you, buddy? What would you rate it and why?
Borderlands 2.
Score 1 to 10 in story.
I would definitely say a 9.
Wow, we're getting high scores on the start.
Well,
Mostly because
A
I
9.
love how throughout the game, Handsome Jack contacts you and just kind of teases you and whatnot.
I love that part too.
That
I do
part.
too.
Hell, there's even a mission where he asks you to kill yourself. And he actually pays you when you
for some reason.
back.
I saved it twice, and I did both times. I killed myself, and I decided not to kill myself.
I did both myself as well. I'm sorry.
And I loved how he named his diamond pony butt stallion. That's just
yeah, my god, yes, I know about the carried out. I fucking love that, literally.
You want to know the crazy thing is? In Borderlands 2, and you all know this, and for those of you who don't, I have a shotgun that shoots butt stallions.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
remember seeing that.
I do too.
Yeah,
I think I gave you a copy.
Okay, Monstrosity Buddy, what about you? What would you rate?
All right, boys. All right, I'm about to make Jasper orgasm, but I'm gonna give it a 10.
You're gonna give it a 10? Oh my god! Wow.
Yes, boys. I'm gonna give it a 10 because
Why would you give it a 10? I'm curious.
all right, you know what? Listen, there's few games that I take. When you're playing a game, you gotta think about how the developer actually decides to go with it. You know, you have literally infinite possibilities of actually, starting a game and finishing it. And the fact that developers just said, all right, we're gonna make the game with balls and just fuck around, and literally, including the part where Jack tells you to kill yourself. Bro, that is just gold. That is literally gold. I mean, I love these parts where developers just made jokes, just to fuck around with players.
That's true.
What's the name of the guy who asked you to shoot him in the face?
In the face! In the face! Not the eyes! Not the mouth! In the face!
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah. I love that part.
Actually, I played it for...
Get away from me, fly.
18 or above.
Yeah, I played it a while ago because I did play Borderlands 3 as well, and there's so much link between these two games, in my opinion. Like, obviously, there's a lot of different characters that you never met before, like the twins, and holy shit, like what the fuck. But they even kept the Ellie, with that one.
Yeah. Ellie.
She is
character.
awesome. She is awesome, and they kept her and they improved her, and holy shit, it's awesome. There's no other way of putting it. I mean, these guys made an amazing job, and that's what I like about it.
Alright,
I'm a
time
little sad that Scooter died.
Heck, I might even start playing it.
Alright.
I might start playing it after this.
Okay, when it comes down to me, I am gonna give it, and I'm actually gonna go with Dr. Death and Monstrosity here. I'm gonna give it a 10. But here's the reason why. When it comes down to RPGs, normally they have a much more serious tone when it comes to the story. Not with Borderlands. And I'm not even joking. There are so many missions that absolutely are insane. Like the one where you have to find out what happened to Handsome Jack's grandmother. And
Wait,
you find
what?
out that
Yeah.
Handsome Jack himself beat her with her own buzzsaw axe, which I don't know how that would work as a weapon. Then of course the mission where he literally asks you to either not or basically just kill yourself, where you just jump off an edge and it actually pays you to do so. Or of course there's missions where you're starting a feud between two different clans that are completely away from each other. Or
remember that
there's so much
one.
comedy in this that actually makes it more refreshing of a game. And yes, where Borderlands 1, even though it did have some comedy, even I can tell that the story was a little bit more serious. And when it comes to Borderlands 3, it seemed like it was, even though it was keeping a lot of the comedy from Borderlands 2, it was again a little bit more of a serious game. Borderlands 2,
they did lose a lot of characters that I literally cried over too.
Well, you know what got me was when you start taking a look
I
at
like
Borderlands 2, just take a look at Claptrap in itself. I mean, he wasn't as big of a component in Borderlands 2. In the sense that, he normally, I think in Borderlands 1 that you gotta focus on something, right? But in Borderlands 2, it didn't seem like he was the main focus. He was just kind of
He was just
second,
there.
He was like the second banana in certain instances, but really he wasn't there. He guided you when you needed to, but that's almost like what in GLaDOS or something like that.
Oh God!
But you know what I'm trying to say? So they kind of utilized him as that, and I was kind of glad that they did because he's very irritating.
Oh yeah, mate. Why do people hate on Claptrap though? He's such a dope character. He's literally the moron of the game.
Kill Claptrap.
Yeah.
I think what it is just it's the fact that sometimes he takes away from what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? So I think that's where the frustration gets in because Borderlands 1 watching Retro play and then watching in Borderlands 2 is that he seemed to be a little bit more seamless in 2, but 1 he seemed to be almost like a protagonist in a way, somebody that was going up there that was causing problems but really disrupted the play of the game if you ever really noticed.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the claptrap is kind of like a distraction, just so the game is, I don't know how to explain it, but it just makes the game more less stressful in a bit of a way. He's frustrating.
Yeah,
Literally, in Borderlands 3, he makes you a slave at the start. He makes you basically your slave. He makes you follow. He says he's going to be sneaky. He explodes a fucking rock in front of an enemy base, gives you a pistol, tells you, he knocks on the door, says something, you have to fight a boss from the start, and then, like, holy shit, what is he doing? You literally are forced to wheeze at the start of the game. And that is what's just awesome about Claptrap. He adds this kind of atmosphere, but just says, Claptrap, you gotta fuck off, you know that? You gotta fuck off. But he won't.
Yeah, but
I want to shoot Claptrap in the face.
Dr. Death, go ahead. Go ahead,
I want to just shoot Claptrap in the face.
See, my point is,
hey,
in Borderlands 2...
Hang on for a moment. Let's actually go into characters.
Oh, yes.
And then we'll talk about him now. All right, so we'll start off... Actually... We'll start off with you. What do you think?
Okay, for right now, just to let you guys know, because I got to get back to work, but when you're starting to talk about Claptrap and this last little point that I'm going to make, is the fact that in 2, as I said, he was just there, the aesthetics, everything else. I haven't seen 3 yet, so you know what I mean, but it's going to be really interesting when I do. So we're getting a really good glimpse into 3 and how Claptrap is developing as a character and stuff like this. But as in 2, for right now, the characters, I loved everything about it right over there. So if I was going to give characters and stuff like that to me, and I would probably give it a 9 myself personally. I just liked how everything flowed. I liked how things worked and stuff like that. So that's how I'm kind of looking at it for right now. But as I said, for Claptrap in itself, I kind of liked him in this role now, but it sounds like when Monstrosity playing the Borderlands 3, it sounds like they changed his role, but it sounds like it's more of a role that kind of works with the game and not necessarily slows down the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can understand that.
All right. Now, for characters, we're going to start with Monstrosity. Monstrosity, buddy. What do you think of the characters of Borderlands 2? What would you rate it, and why?
I actually really like the characters in Borderlands 2. I mean, very unique. There's nothing simple about it. I mean, you literally have a siren, which... At first, if you're a new player, you're like, what the fuck is a siren? And you think of Siren Head. And then you learn that somehow Siren is like a... Well,
Basically
a person with basically superpowers.
Yes.
Lilith, oh my god, I fucking love Lilith. In Borderlands 3 actually gave her bigger tits, if you believe that. Oh yeah, they did, yeah. Yeah, I know. Jasper, play Borderlands 3, you're gonna rank off to that for weeks. But anyways,
I hate Borderlands 3.
You what, mate? So you hate Lilith big titties? Alright then. Your choice.
No, I like Lilith.
The Brick,
Don't
bro,
test
Brick. Oh my God, they put Brick in Borderlands 3 as well, I believe. It is so awesome. I love how they just linked, like they just go copy and paste the characters into Borderlands 3 that played in Borderlands 2 that made you remember them in so many ways. I mean, holy shit, what? Like, you think, oh my God, that's Brick! Oh my God, that's Lilith! And like, voice crack.
Voice crack.
And I forgot the name of the blue head.
Yes.
I forgot the name of the blue head liar. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maya. Sorry, fuck's
Maya,
sake,
there you go.
name. But she dies in Borderlands 3, and a lot of people hated
Spoiler
that.
alert,
A lot of people hated
spoiler
that.
alert, just make sure you go past
Do not
this if
tell
you
me
wanna
that!
play it. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
Oh yeah, sorry, forget about that. Yeah, sorry.
Stick with
Why I hate
Borderlands
it.
2, buddy. Come on.
Stick with, yeah, we got it. Yes, stick with the Borderlands 2.
I know you're fanboying right now. but
Sorry. Sorry.
You can tell.
All right,
me
well,
off
just to
anyway,
chase it up,
folks.
that the actual game is just really nice. Borderlands 2 has unique characters. There's nothing, as again, I'm just gonna say again that there's nothing simple about it. They made it complex, they made it funny, they made it serious, and I'm gonna give it a 8.
Ooh, that's interesting. All right. Rye Guy, you're next, buddy.
I gotta agree with Monstrosity. A nice A. Everything he said, I was thinking myself.
So you got an 8.
Yeah.
All right. And why?
Well, like I said, Monstrosity pretty much covered what I thought about it, so
Oh.
really can't think of anything to add or subtract, blah, blah, blah.
All right.
So-
Dr. Death, what about you, buddy?
I'm gonna have to give it a 9.
You give it a
Reason
9?
why? The only reason why is Claptrap. I do not like Claptrap.
And you gave him a 9, bro. That is retarded.
He's like an annoying brother. They're always in your way. And whenever you're trying to do something, that annoying brother always comes in the way and says, "Let me get to do it for you." And then he does some type of all freaking. I just do not like Claptrap. I'm sorry, but everything else, Salvador, Axton, all those characters, I absolutely love them, and I love how Handsome Jack, or as I like to call him, the unhandsome Jack, comes after you, makes those jokes. Oh my God, it's so wholesome. I love it. I really love it. That's why I'm actually going to erase that 9 and make it a 10.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to ignore the Claptrap thing because I think it deserves a 10 here too. So.
All right. I'm actually with Dr. Death on this one. I'm going to give it a 10, but I think I have a bit of different reasons. One, I am going to agree. I'm taking out my entire bias on Claptrap on this one because everyone who's watched my streams knows how much I hate that little piece of shit. And I'm sorry for
What the
saying
fuck is wrong with you people?
Oh, man!
But, however,
Oh, man!
taking out my bias, I like how the characters feel like a community in the Sanctuary. They actually feel like they've known each other for years. Like, you actually have gotten to go on this journey with them. Not to mention, I also like and I'm going to say this again, because I've said it so many times, Handsome Jack is one of my favorite villains of all time. Definitely in the top 5.
Oh my God.
And the reason why he's not in the top 3 is because I can name at least 3 villains that are far superior to him. If you guys don't know, that's Kefka from Final Fantasy VI.
Oh, God, that asshole.
Yeah, that dude. The only Final Fantasy villain to have ever succeeded in his plans. Actually, the only one. Damn. The Elusive
And
Man from the Mass Effect trilogy.
Who?
The Elusive Man from Mass Effect
Oh,
trilogy.
yeah, the elusive man. Oh, yeah, he's pretty good.
And of course, I'm gonna crack my back here. Another one of my favorite villains is the Prophet of Truth from Halo. Mainly because you can't go wrong with the classics ones, right? The other two, if I'm
Right.
going to mention the other two, it is Handsome Jack at number 4, and number 5 has got to be a tie between Bowser and Ganondorf. But
Oh my god.
when it comes down to it, though, the characters feel a lot more real, and they also can be very funny. All of them are really funny in their own right. It's actually kind of intriguing. And yeah, when I actually did a mission in the Handsome Jack collection, I actually played that one. And I found out about Scooter having a mission where they did it after his death in Tales of Borderlands. Sorry for spoilers. But yeah, that honestly really hit me hard because I thought he was a great character overall. He was a good one. And because the game allows you to connect with the characters very much because of the side quests, because they're all based around those guys who give you these missions. And they add their own little flair to it. So when one of them dies, like Roland or Scooter, it really hits you surprisingly hard.
Yeah.
Especially Roland, since you had the option to play that character in the first game. So it really does get you really more connected with the world you're in, as well as the characters who are in it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Alright, so next, of course, we're going to do... Yeah?
I was actually going to give another question on the Borderlands character. I was going to say, who was your favorite Borderlands character and why? That was what I was going to say.
Mechanical-wise or story-wise?
Both.
Oh, that's hard. I have to go Zero for me, I guess.
I have to say,
bro, Zero. Yes, my guy.
The reason why is that his
Retro?
mechanics are more versatile than other characters, except for maybe Axton. He's mainly defensive. Of course, Salvador, very much of an offensive character. Maya's definitely support. And even though that Zero is the stealth, he can still be offense and defense just as much.
oh, yeah.
What about you, Raw Guy?
Gage, definitely because of her personality. I remember when I was paying attention to all the content releases, I heard that they were going to give her these little echo casts or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I listened to all of them. I thought she was a really fleshed out character through these, and I can't believe she decided to cut off her own arm to make it the what she used to digistruct Death Trap. And I love she like came from Earth or whatever just to escape the law because Death Trap vaporized the bitch who copied her robot design for her high school science fair.
Alright, so what about you, Monstrosity?
Actually, it would have to be Zero, but I'd rather to choose someone from Borderlands 3 that I actually love. Because Zero is cool, but I never actually felt like amazing with him.
Yeah.
So it depends if I'm allowed to choose a character from Borderlands 3 that you're allowed to play.
I'm willing to allow it this time, okay?
Oh.
Yeah, alright. I'd say Flak. I mean,
Nice.
there's another one. It's you literally have a pet. You know, you're a robot. A scavenger pet. You know, like a spider thing or a rock kind of bulldog, basically. And it's really nice. And I love how he kind of talks back to the characters. He has mutual feelings, and yeah, that's a character that I actually just say, yes, boys, that's my guy.
All right. Next, of course, we're gonna go on to music, and
I didn't even get a chance to choose mine.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Dr. Death, what's yours?
Mine's a tie between two of them: the Siren, which is Maya, and Salvador the Gunzerker.
Oh.
For both, I would have to say for the Gunzerker, I would use for like if I build him right, I can make him Gunzerk forever, and he can have tank build too, and I just go around wrecking people. Or if I want to help other people out, there's my Maya character, which is, like you said, a support character, and I could use her to speedrun all the way through a level just to get to the other end so that I could get people to the next level, the next area faster.
Yeah.
and help them level up faster. So, but if I had to choose only one, sadly, I'll have to go with the Maya. That's my Maya character. So,
All right.
there's
so,
that, and there's the reason.
All right.
Now,
So here we go. We're
cool.
gonna do music, and we're gonna start. And I'm gonna start this one this time. The music it really does fit the aesthetic of the situation. You're almost like you're in a Western, which is pretty cool, considering that you're literally in a gunfight almost every single time you go into a town.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because, good God,
Yep.
it gets intense, people. But when it wants to change the music for certain scenes or certain missions, it does a really good job at it. And I think it's really, really good. Not to mention, I love the theme song for Borderlands 2. It has got to be one of the best theme songs the franchise has ever had.
Oh, definitely.
Because I remember when I first heard that song, I kept humming that tune at school every chance I could get. And
Oh yeah.
good God,
It is an
and whenever
earworm.
I sang it, every one of my friends would say, "Hey, that's Borderlands 2." So it's a very iconic theme for the game, and I think they did a really good job. And if I were to give it a score, and I'm actually going to give it a 10 on this one. The music really is on point with this franchise.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
So next,
Oh, wow.
we're gonna go with Rye Guy on this one. You start out, buddy.
On the music?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, Borderlands 2 title music, exceptional. And just the music overall, I would have to definitely give it an 8.
All right. We got
Amazing for each locale, for all the DLC stories, include the full DLC and the little headhunter ones. Just exceptional.
Nice.
Oh my God, yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Next one is Monstrosity. You're up next, buddy. What would you rate it and why?
A 7.
A 7, really? Why's that?
Yeah. I mean, what's not to like about it? I mean, nothing, you know. It's a really good game. Music. It fits everything, fits every scene for me. And I just enjoy listening to it every time I start up the game, you know. I just take a few minutes just to kind of listen to intro music, or just at least if it's glitched, then splashes of water. So yeah.
So why rate it a 7? I'm kind of curious. Is there anything that could have been improved for you?
Maybe some more intense kind of music.
Oh, okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Because I do like kind of hard kind of music in battles, because they do put like, you know, actual fight music, but yeah, I kind of like it more even hardcore. Like, they did improve in the Borderlands 3, but it's still good.
All right.
More intense.
But it doesn't deserve more, in my opinion.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Dr. Death, what about you? What would you rate it, and why?
Well, I understand what Monstro's going for music, but honest, I don't think it needs to change. So I'm gonna give it a 10 as well. And the 10, I know I've said 10 for the past 3 answers, but hear me out. The 10 for the music, I think it's perfect. I don't think I could change a single bit of it. I mean, I don't even have any rebuttals about it. So I think the music's a 10.
All right.
Sadly.
All right, here we go. Next one is the design of the game. And we're going to start with Dr. Death on this one. Then we're going to go Monstrosity and Rye Guy. So, Dr. Death, what would you rate the design of this game and why?
I'm going to rate it I'm going to go with a 9. I'm going to go down one point and say 9 because I mean, it all looks good. I mean, they make it a little bit more realistic. It would have been a 10, but for some reason, it doesn't seem that realistic to me. But I like it still. Hence the reason why it's still a 9. So I'm going with a 9 on this.
All right. Monstrosity, what would you rate the design of the game and why?
I'd give it a 10, actually.
Ooh, we got another 10.
We got a high number here.
Listen, guys, listen. It's a 2012 game. And Game Van? well, let's just say easily fucking trash. I mean, Jesus Christ for graphics. I'm a graphics guy. A lot of people say, oh, I like the gameplay more than graphics. In my opinion, graphics for me have to be as high as the gameplay. Because in order for me to enjoy something, it has to look good. Because if it looks trash, I'm not going to be interested in it, am I? So a 2012 game, I understand Jasper's point on realistic thing, but I'm actually going to go opposite of him, and I'm going to say I actually support how cartoony they made it. Because in 2012, they couldn't make it even better because they didn't really have the technology yet.
Right.
And because they made it so cartoony, it really fitted the kind of era of games, and that's why I like it so much.
I can see your point, Monstro. I can see your point.
All right, Rye Guy, you're next, buddy. What would you rate it and why?
Let's for some reason I can't think of anything.
You can't think of a
God
score
damn.
1 to 10?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm having such hard time thinking.
I'll cut in.
If it helps bring up the game.
I got here. Let me give you mine, and mine is
All right.
a 10. And the reason why I'm giving it a 10 is that I'm not looking for, because art comes in every different style. Just like with good graphics, good everything else.
Yeah.
Like the thing I liked about Dr. Death, he talked about he wanted it to be more. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I just really liked how the design went. Now, I agree with both with Dr. Death and Monstrosity, though. There's got to be the people that are doing the graphics, that's the eye-pleasing thing. You got to really pay attention to that. And I agree. But everything flowed, and I think it's because even it's a 2012 game, but I really thought that it was very, very smooth look, graphics heavy. You know what I mean? So you could work on gameplay and you can work on those things. But that graphics and kind of something reminds me of Metroid. That really gets me excited. I really remember this is all subjective. So, Rye Guy, just remember it's subjective. It's how you feel. It's what it made for you. So, like for me, I looked at it from a totally different view than Dr. Death and Monstrosity, but I also understood exactly what they were saying. And why they gave the scores the way they did. And I haven't heard retros yet and stuff like that, but I know that I will very shortly because he's going to let me know.
All right, so Rye Guy, now that you heard that, what would you rate it and why?
But also, for a game, the art style kind of has to fit with the tone of the story, and
positioned really well because you went with really good.
For me, when it comes down to it, I am going to give it a 10 out of 10. I know I've said that like 3 times, but here's my reason why. Wow. I like it almost kind of reminds me of a comic book.
Oh, yeah.
Because think about it.
Oh, yeah, it does, yeah.
Comic book art style, like The Walking Dead, Batman, or The Tales of the Borderlands, or A Wolf Among Us. That is a great type of art style that should be tried more.
You know what got me?
It really hits me.
Yeah.
It hits me right here.
And here, let's go back to story, right? Let's go back to the story. Like the comic book and stuff like that. Would you get the same thing if you were having Borderlands?
Yeah, almost kind of reminds me of what Team Fortress 2 did. They actually made a comic book series, and they kept the same art style, except they added something a little bit more on the same line of Borderlands with its art style. So
what do you guys think about that? Did that kind of? Would you think that concept was probably used in the development and making of Borderlands 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Didn't it just seem like, if you turn the page and there he is?
Yeah.
And not to mention,
Yep.
he's a villain.
I should change my maybe I should change my
You gotta change
to
it?
a 10. Yeah, I'm gonna change it to a 10 as well.
Wow, we have
It's
a
not
full
about-
10 for every.
Nice from what all y'all said. So I'm gonna change it to 10 because it doesn't need to be realistic in order to be cartoony.
We
Because
have a full
cartooniness
set of
is
10.
actually what makes it more fun for the
It did make it more fun. Could you just imagine if this thing was actually real? Like when you take a look at the dunes, you take a look at the rock and everything else like that, if that was actually like really 12, do you think they'd be able to keep the good gameplay
No.
based off the amount of graphics that they're going to have to go to make?
fun. And then as you get further into the game, it's like,
Yeah.
this is just the same thing over and over again, and these
Yeah.
missions are so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the first on the channel. We all
Yes.
said 10 for
Yes.
this category.
Yeah, that is the
Are you
first.
serious?
I'm not
Yeah.
even kidding. Everyone gave it a 10.
Party.
Yeah, hey, Monstrosity, you being a graphics guy and stuff like that, how much resources would you think, or what do you think they
Oh,
would have
fucking tons.
to keep the gameplay good? You know what I mean? I'm going with the graphics guy here.
Listen, I'm not a massive graphics guy
No,
because
but you
if
have-
Nick's
you have an
if
excellent
Nick's gonna watch
concept
me,
on it. You have an
if
excellent
Nick's gonna
concept
watch
on it.
me this, she's gonna scream at me because she themes and they spend months on just preparing few scenes, literally, and what they had to sacrifice. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't get your point. I don't quite get your question because the gameplay is already good.
Well, I mean the gameplay, but I mean, like let's go with Dr. Death saying this was more realistic. Not the design that they had now, but something where you have to really kind of define the terrain.
They would have to. They would probably have to sacrifice the black lines they're doing, which is a real damn shame because that, in my opinion,
Yeah.
the black lines, like the cartoony style, is literally the symbolic sign for Borderlands.
Yes.
At least for me.
I absolutely.
And at
agree
least
with
for
that.
me, I mean, I saw Walking Dead. They do it this is what I think Dr. Death is after. If you're saying more realistic, if you look at for example, Walking Dead,
Yeah.
they have the cartoony style, but they have, for example, more developed detail, like, the developed lips, eyes.
Okay.
They make it more realistic, yet still kind of cartoony style. And it still feels a bit more like a 90s comics book than, for example, a 2020s book, comics book.
Yeah, you nailed it there.
Yeah,
That makes
actually, yeah.
absolute sense. Yes.
Alright, imagine, imagine, I'm gonna answer your question and Doctor's Death question. Sorry, kind of statement about realistic.
Yes,
right?
Like X-Men, like the X-Men.
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yes. Exactly.
Now look at
X-Men
the 20th century's cartoons where everything got more dead is a bit part of 90s kind of cartoons where they really put realism in it and they took detail in it. It really did take them a long time to get the whole kind of cartoons ready. I mean, of course, it wasn't smooth at all. I mean, there was like actual like bits of the whole kind of animation out until you actually got like a quality. And in 2020, it's all done on computers as well. They got smooth, but they got simple, so it doesn't take time to make.
Yeah.
And Borderlands 3 is a mix of that. It's cartoon, but they take time to do it. And Walking Dead it's even more than that. They take a lot of time to do it because I heard the whole kind of wasn't it the team or the company that got bankrupt? I think.
Basically,
About
the company
the-
decided to basically call for bankruptcy and forced all their employees
Yeah.
to leave the premises within the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
they
was
were absolutely- yeah, I'm just gonna.
That was brutal.
It was absolutely. They gratefully got jobs back, but yeah, it hit a lot of them hard. All right.
It was sure. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of how I feel like about it.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
I'm ready. I'm ready for
Yes,
Borderlands
we're ready.
4. I'm ready.
Here we go.
Gotta go.
Now we're gonna do gameplay. So.
Okay, 10 for me. I gotta go.
Yeah, 10.
All right. Okay, we're gonna start with Ryan, since you said 10, right?
Yeah, 10. The gameplay is just
Oh my
just
god,
makes
they never stop.
for such excitement.
True enough on that, Borderlands. Bioshock.
Bioshock.
Sorry. Bioshock did it first!
The
Oh, yeah, but
bazillion
Borderlands
and
did it
2 types of guns. Yeah, sure.
No, I mean like the first-person shooter RPG. They were the first to start it.
Okay, yeah,
You
yeah.
have to give
I
credit
get-
on
Borderlands
that.
finished it.
Everything else, though,
Yeah.
that was totally them. Alright, so, what else do you like about the gameplay there, right guy?
What else? Well, it's nice because this was really before the microtransactions made it into various games, so there's an absence of that, which is nice. And, all the variety of activities, ranging from squashing bugs to squashing bandits. And those are always fun.
Nice.
Squashing bugs and squashing bandits. I like that.
Well, let's see. I don't know.
Alright.
It's just good old fashioned insanity. So
Nice.
yeah, like I said, 10 out of 10.
Alright, Monstrosity, you're next, buddy. What would you give it and why? And this is
I want to
gameplay.
say 10. I really want to do. I really want to say 10, but
Oh, no?
I'm thinking about everything, like every little inch of thing, because it is 12. We're still talking about 2012, so we have to consider some downsides. I would have to say 9.
9, okay.
Yeah, it is really good. I like it because they keep a lot of stuff, and they made the whole thing kind of spontaneous. You know, you're picking up guns, you're saying, "Holy shit, that's OP!" And you're having those bosses that are just, "Holy shit, what the fuck did they even add in there?" Like, Jesus Christ, it is so random, in my opinion. I think sometimes when I'm playing Borderlands, I'm just thinking about how they thought about the whole kind of gameplay, and I think they just put paper on a board and got people drunk and said, "All right, boys, we need answers," and just these random things, and I like it. I really do. But sometimes I'm just not a fan of sharp things, like sharp corners, you know, like sharp edges of your health bar, or those little details that just show that the game is it's old.
Yeah.
It still has millions of people playing it. I mean, I'm even surprised that it's still that popular. I believe it's even more popular than Borderlands 3.
Yeah, I get
but I think that because it's 2012, they kind of just, you know, they did what they can. You gotta say that they did what they can. They can just pop back into the past and change stuff, you know, and say, "You know what, guys, I think we're just gonna do some packer stuff, and we're gonna go back to the future, you know, get some stuff, put it in the past, and let our game explode." No, they can't do that. I mean, they did what they can, and I do clap my hands for that. But if I played around now, I would say it's not great. But yeah, I think I'm trying to make my point as clear as day, at least because I am trash at explaining stuff. I'm looking at Jasper's face; he's gonna eat me. If you look at it, he's looking at my camera. He's looking at me.
Oh, no.
He's looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at you because you're not making any sense.
Okay. Dr. Death, what would you rate this and why?
That head shake.
I I'm gonna kick your ass.
So what would you rate it, buddy?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna rate it a 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my
that, Retro? Okay.
I've been trying to hold it in right now. So why? Why would you give it a 10?
I mean, I wouldn't change anything about the gameplay. I like how it easily flows right into the next mission. I like how everything flows together like water in a river. I mean, I like it. I mean, there's nothing I would change about it. Monstro is just being heartless, so I'm gonna be non-heartless and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. I'm going to give it a 10, but here are my reasons why. One is that this game is more about comedy. And when it comes to certain missions don't even connect to the main story. And yet I don't care. I love it because it is random. And it tries to stick with that comedic style through all of it. Even when it comes down to like the mission from darn it, what's his name? Sir Hammerlock, where you have to do research into finding out a new name for the
Bully Park.
Bully Mongs. I'm like,
new names for the
really?
Bully Mongs.
Really? You want me to do this for you, of all things?
Boner fart.
Boner fart. Jasper, I'm not your what?
Dinner.
Move it up. Oh my. I am going to hack you in freaking bits, bite-sized pieces and feed you to my dog.
Again.
If you do not put that paper down.
Again, when it comes to the gameplay of the...
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Jasper, put the scissors down before you circumcise yourself.
When it comes down to when it comes down to the gameplay, damn it, I lost my train of thought.
Circumcise?
I'm trying to think. God. That the gameplay. I love how. Oh, here we go. I like how they based a lot of the game mechanics on BioShock, but it's almost like BioShock is First Form Cell and Perfect Form Cell is Borderlands 2. So how they managed to flush it out with the gameplay, how they managed to make the leveling system a lot more fun, as well as how you can customize each and every ability you have to guarantee you have not only the greatest chance of survival, but a greater chance of outright destroying your opponents with any sort of skill that gives you any sort of advantage. The badass rank, which allows you to
I love that.
give you percentage bonuses, which even helps you even more when it comes to the gameplay. The variety of side quests are numerous. I love that. Some of them are mainly just comedic gold. Others are actually very intuitive with puzzle solving. So it really gets a little bit of a variety there. And when it comes down to the amount of guns, oh my god, there are a lot of guns.
Oh my god, there's no limit!
The guns are all amazing. Each and every one of them. It makes you feel like you discovered something new, even though that there could be the same variety of gun multiple times. Each one is completely different from the last. So it gives you a lot to work with. So, I'm going to give it a full score of 10. Alright, my guy. My man. You ready?
What?
You're about to find out your score.
Alright.
Alright, we got 16. Alright, you said your original score was 35.
Yeah.
Your new score? 45. So you got higher.
Wow.
You got higher.
Yeah.
You gave it more praise. That's what. All right. So, Dr. Death, you gave it a perfect score of
And I
50.
said 45. Oh my god.
And when it comes down to monstrosity, let's see.
Yes?
You actually gave it a 34. You actually
Hey,
you
boys.
actually your score was originally 30. You actually gave it more points.
Yes, boys. For that, Jasper gave me higher.
And then, of course, my score, 50, where I originally thought my score was going to be 45. All right. Now, of course, if you guys know, we were going to do a third review for you guys, which is going to be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, because everyone chose it, and I ultimately got
don't know
outvoted.
nothing about it.
'Cause
I know nothing about it.
I was either thinking it was going to be Jedi Fallen Order, or we could do Knights of the Old Republic.
Jedi. Fallen Order. Fallen Order. Fallen Order.
All right.
I will load
have
my
to go with
AK-47 on
these
you.
You'd have to go with these guys because I know nothing about it.
All right. All right, but... So,
Jasper, point the other way. Point the other way. There, yeah, I'm the spec, yeah.
All right, so we're still going to add you anyway and give you your scores on this one. Here we go. Put this here, put this here. All right, so before we get started, what do you think your scores are going to be?
40.
All right, so you say 40. What about you, Dr. Death? What do you think your score is going to be?
5.
Oh, how dare you! How dare you, bro!
I'm kidding.
You disgust me.
Don't dare say that. I will kick your apples.
All right, what is it?
It's gonna be. I'm not gonna go that high for this one. I'm gonna say 30.
30. All right.
Because I don't know anything about the game series of this this game. So.
All right. So,
30.
what about you, Monstrosity? What would you think your score is going to be?
45.
Ooh. For me, I think I'm actually going to get a 25.
What?
I don't know.
There's
I
literally
could be
nothing-
completely wrong, but the reason why is that I just tried to do a Grandmaster playthrough of Jedi Fallen Order, and that was a horrible mistake.
Yeah, you clearly have to be good.
I am actually playing on Master, and that's much easier than playing Grandmaster. I still have to try it though. Okay, so we're gonna start
good
off,
luck,
we're gonna start with story,
Beating the
and-
system.
and we're gonna start with Monstrosity here with this one. Then we'll go Rye Guy, Dr. Death, and then we'll go with myself. So
Yeah, I have nothing to.
Okay, what's going on in the background?
There's yelling going on. So just hold on. I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
all right,
Alright.
all right. So Monstrosity, what would you rate your
Alright.
score of 1 to 10, and why?
10.
Okay.
I love this story. I mean,
Oops.
it's different. I am a fan of Star Wars, but I'm not some kind of nerd that will name every character just off the top of my head.
Yeah, same here.
But I do like the story. I like everything about it. You know, it's just interesting. It's fun. It's sad. You know, and it's just a lot of action. And maybe there wasn't cutting parts, but I like the monsters. And the fact that it just goes kind of after the Clone War. Clones Wars and the whole kind of Order 66. I really want to say 69, but it won't fit. And well, I gotta go mute Discord. And I like how they put different things. Oh, I forgot of the character from a planet where you fucking get the one with the spidey legs.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, you know, you fought a massive bat. Jesus Christ. Where in the movies do you do that? Nowhere. I just like it that's just different. It doesn't go from point to point where you're gonna go, oh yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, I saw that in the movies. Oh yeah, I saw that. I knew that would happen. No, it's just different. You have no idea what's gonna happen next. And they put a lot of they kept Darth Vader. Thank goodness. Because they made him finally badass, bro. In every game I played, they made him look like a weakling. Jesus Christ. Alright, tell me, when were you actually afraid of Darth Vader in a game?
Let me see. I'm trying to remember.
Exactly.
Oh, wait. No. Star Wars Battlefront. Mainly because he's immortal, and the only way to kill him is if you're on Bespin platforms and you shoot him with a rocket off the edge.
Well, that's one game. That's one game. That's one game. And maybe it sucks that they put him at the end of the game. Maybe it does not. But I just love how, like, Jesus Christ is so powerful. They actually finally revealed how powerful he is. God damn it, I forgot the name of the game. I have a game called Star Wars somewhere where you are a dude who runs away from Darth Vader. Basically comes back for him anyways. But anyways, that's another game where they showed how powerful Darth Vader is, in my opinion.
Force Unleashed?
Yes,
yeah.
True enough. Alright, so...
that's the reason.
You, right, guy? What would you rate it and why?
Oh, Fallen Order.
And we're gonna go with story.
9 out of 10. Just,
Ooh.
I freaking love it. It combines stamina combat, which I really like from Dark Souls, and the Star Wars universe. It just fit really well for me. And
for the story?
The story, yeah, that was really good. Just, I don't think I could stop praising it enough. It's just, the story is fantastic. Like it was said, you really get to see how strong Vader is once you get to the end. You get to, and it's not afraid to get dark, like when it's on. Oh crap! What's the planet with the red sun with the Night Sisters?
Dathomir?
I can. Dathomir. It got really dark there.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And everyone agreeing to destroy the holocron at the end. That was a bit of a shock for me.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
And
what else?
Just everything was gorgeous.
All right. What about you, Dr. Death? What would you rate this and why?
Well, me being somebody who has nothing, I have no idea what's going on in this game. But I'm gonna base this off of what you guys said. I'm gonna rate it a 6 because, well,
a what?
According to you guys, I'm gonna rate it a 6.
Okay.
Because you guys said it has good, and well, who am I gonna be the one to blindly doubt it without having any more research into it? So I'm gonna give it a 6 because A, I don't know anything about it, and B, it sounds like you guys are giving it a lot of praise. So I'm gonna keep it a 6 for now because I don't have anything else to base it off of until I play it myself.
Okay. For me, I'm actually gonna give it a 8, and I have a few reasons why. One is that the story it can be its own story whether or not it is in the Star Wars universe. But I think having the context of the Star Wars universe in there, I think definitely elevates it. When it comes down to the how the story goes and moves and flows, it's actually pretty decent for what it's worth. I think there were a couple of instances where I think the story could have been a little bit better. Like, mainly, I think if they extended the battle against Darth Vader a little bit more, like you actually trying to face him down and him just playing with you, I think that could have made Darth Vader even more intimidating, since he would block everything you're doing, and he's just toying with you in this case. Or,
Oh yeah,
if anything,
definitely.
be more ruthless like he was in Rogue One, and just absolutely just try to destroy you. If he went in either of those directions, I think Darth Vader would have been even more threatening than ever before.
Oh yeah,
Plus, honestly, for as much as I think that the story is great and all, those are the only real few flaws I can see with it. But it's not anything that's like story breaking at all. There's almost no plot holes. They make sure to give you a context of what happens before this game starts. So
yeah.
So in the end, I think it really does well. Not to mention the flashback scenes were done very well to help show the character remembering what he had lost. So I think it's pretty
Oh
good.
yeah.
All right. Next, we're going to go on to characters. Now, I'm actually going to start this one. And I'm going to say I'm going to give it a 9. Mainly for a few reasons. One is that even though I think Cal Kestis could have been a lot better written, in my personal opinion, he basically looks like a Jedi version of Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way, just they could have fleshed him out a little bit more. The other characters are very fleshed out. I think they could have given the Night Sister a little bit more of a story as well, a little bit more development there too. So the villains are all great. That's amazing. And and the enemies. Just the amount of dialogue they gave the enemies in this game, like they go from basically overconfident saying, "Hey, I'm good. All right, you're good. You're going down, punk." And then of course it goes to them being scared. "Oh no, please don't hurt me." It's actually really funny how it goes from back and forth, especially when you start cutting down the numbers, and then they start reacting like, "Oh shit, we're in trouble now." So it's actually pretty interesting. They gave a lot more personality to the stormtroopers nowadays. So it actually
they do, yeah.
And not to mention, I liked some of the characters they did take from Star Wars, the Clone Wars, as well as Star Wars Rebels. I think it's really cool that they brought those characters into the game and made all these games almost like a cohesive story.
Oh yeah, I love that they added Saw Gerrera. That was a nice surprise.
I did not expect him to show up, and when he did, I was very impressed.
I wonder if Forrest Whitaker was happy he got the call for it.
I heard that James Earl Jones did the voice of Darth Vader in the game.
Oh yeah,
which is
insane. You really can't have Darth Vader voiced by anyone else besides James Earl Jones if it's a non-Lego Star Wars game.
Yeah, seriously, because good God, the dude makes Darth Vader a freaking terrifying man.
Oh yes.
But yeah, that's why I would give it a 9. Rye Guy, what about you? What would you rate the characters and why?
Oh my God. I think I would have to give a 9 because everyone is just so it's just so amazing. You have the Night Sisters, of course. I would have liked to see more of the Inquisitors.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fun, but just everyone, Cal, Grease, and even just everyone's just so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Even the a-hole who kidnaps you and forces you to fight those creatures is pretty cool.
Right.
So yeah,
nice. Monstrosity, what about you, buddy? What would you rate it and
10.
why? A 10?
10. 10. There's I like how different they went from it, because a lot of people like the story, and that's why a lot of people just stick with it. Well, not a lot people, but Origin mostly makes Star Wars games, and they always go with kind of classical story of Skywalker, Darth Vader and shit like that. And in Fallen Order, they just went totally different, and I like that they just pulled the guts and just said, yeah, let's do it, and people loved it. There's new story, new opponents, new characters. I mean, you just don't know what you're doing, you're just going with it and expecting the best, and they delivered that the best, and that's why I'm giving it a 10.
Alright. Dr. Death, what about you? What would you rate it and why?
I'm gonna rate it a 7. Like I said, I know nothing about the game, but according to what Monstrosity said about the mysterious of what to expect next or whatnot, I'm gonna say it's a 7 because I like mysteries about games. I like to not know what's going to happen until it happens, and it's like jump scare, it happened, and then so if that's what this game is about, then it's gonna give me more and more reason to play it. So, like I said about my last answer, it's gonna be until I learn how to play it, I'm gonna stick with my score I gave it, and that's 7.
All right. Now it's come down to the music, and I'm surprised this wasn't made by John Williams. I'm not even joking,
the music
guys.
was really good.
Yeah, because here's the thing. John Williams did not do the score for this game at all. And yet it sounds like a Star Wars film. It is absolutely insane, the detail they put in this. And I'm personally going to give it a 10. It's on par with John Williams.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you there.
Alright, so Monstrosity, for you on music, what would you give it?
I'm sad to give it a score of 5.
What?
Yeah.
Do I have to go over to England and bitch slap you?
Yeah, I know. Please do it.
But still, why would you think that?
5, well, listen, it's all new, and they put kind of classical music to it. It kind of gets boring sometimes. There's nothing to get mad about or disappointed about. There literally isn't. It's a Star Wars game. I mean,
So
it's literally expected to give, to get that kind of classical music.
So you're not necessarily interested in the whole orchestrated style, right?
I heard it so many times, it just gets boring.
Okay.
I have nothing against it, I really don't, but I'd like to see something new come up, like something that fits it, but it's also really interesting.
Okay.
They did fit it well. They fit it in the scenes well, fighting scenes, the whole kind of dramatic experience. That's why I'm giving it a higher score than 3, but if they actually tried testing out the music and seeing how it goes, I think that I would give it a bit higher score. Because if we're going for a new story, give it a new try with music as well.
All right, sounds good. Also, we kind of just lost connection with Dr. Death.
Well,
can someone try to call him back?
just a second.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man? All right, so here, what the? There it goes. Now we're starting to get back. What the hell?
What the hell?
Wonder what happened.
Okay, one more time. All right, it's ringing. It's ringing. What?
What?
Maybe he dropped it on purpose.
Hold on, I'm gonna double check to make sure. Well, he hasn't given me a message at all.
Hear me?
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I lagged out of the call, and then all of a sudden I tried to get back in. It just kicking me out. I was like, what the heck is going on?
I definitely understand that.
It must realize that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Let me see. Ryan, what would you rate music of this game and why?
I would put it at an A because it's really solid. It creates a nice tense atmosphere when needed. The music when you're in a nice safe-ish area is nice. The music during the boss fights and many boss fights, like those like that super strong frog thing on Bogano, that was it really made things tense, and it was good.
All right.
Excuse me.
All right. What about you, Dr. Death? What would you rate the music and why?
Well, I'm gonna base this rating off of any Star Wars music that I get in general, that I've heard, because I have watched Star Wars, and for me, all Star Wars music, and from your guys' rating on the music, I'm gonna give this one a 9 because
all right.
I do like Star Wars music, and I have heard the Star Wars music on the original shows. The reason why it's a 9 is because, well, I do like classical music, and I also like hardcore music. The classical music and the classical Star Wars music type thing and the movies that I've watched, pretty uplifting, and I like it. But they could make it a little bit more non-classically, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with a 9 on this.
Okay. Now let's do design. And we're going to start off, and I'm going to let Ryan start this one off. What would you rate this score and why?
The design. Let's see. Gorgeous landscapes. Not nice set pieces that interacted well with powers like the double jumping, swimming, and the wall running. And you could really overall, I would say 8.
All right, so we got an 8 for Ryan. And why is that, buddy?
Well, like I said, it's got all the different set pieces for you to use your powers on, for like double jumping, wall running, and swimming underwater is really fun. And being able to, just being able to do just about anything you can do in the game is really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Monstrosity, your turn.
10.
10?
It is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, why would you
It
give
is
it a 10 then?
real nice. It is really well designed. Much more smooth than, for example, Battlefront 2, in my opinion. I like that the graphics are calm and very just enjoyable.
Okay.
It's like the nature. They nailed the nature. I mean, they put so much amazing kind of features. You know, like the whole kind of when you were fighting in the forest planet. I forgot what the name. I know you're gonna kill me for calling it the forest planet. But I forgot the name of it.
It's Kashyyyk. Right?
Kashyyyk. I think so.
Yeah,
But
Kashyyyk
like
was
when
one of the worlds you get to go
when
to.
they were, when you're about to fight I think it was the 7th or the 2nd sister.
I think it was 7.
Yeah. And you were jumping over the broken plane. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you a little bit.
Okay, wait. Something broke again.
Why does this always happen?
That's what happens with Discord calls,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, true.
You there, Monstrosity?
I can hear him.
I can hear him.
I can't.
Talking about the lush moonscape of the game that we're talking about.
Alright, I'm gonna try something
Hey.
here, guys. Hang on.
Alright.
Hold on. Actually, hang on. Monstrosity, you still there? Yeah, I can't hear him at all.
Yeah, he said give him a second.
Oh, okay. Alright, hang on,
Can you hear him
folks,
now?
just for a second.
So tell me more about this game while he's fixing stuff.
Basically, the story is this, where you're Cal Kestis, a Jedi who went into exile after Order 66. You find yourself on a scrapyard planet, basically scavenging ships from the last war. Eventually, one day during a mishap in one of the scrapyards, he unfortunately uses his force powers to save one of his buddies. This gets him discovered by the Night Sisters. Sorry, not the Night Sisters,
The Inquisition.
the Inquisition, and now he's on the run with the help of a crew to go and find a holocron that contains the location of all the Force-sensitive children in the galaxy.
I can hear Monstro.
Yeah, I still can't hear him.
Oh.
Close out of the call and then rejoin.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. So hang on, folks. Yeah, so give me just a second. I'm gonna try to rejoin the call.
Chips in the
There we
closet.
go. We got it. We're
Hey,
in.
I'm hungry.
We are
Leave me
in.
alone. I'm hungry.
All right, we're in. All right, so
Mate, can you hear me now?
Yep. As you were saying, Monstrosity.
Oh yeah, I was just talking about the whole kind of designing of the plants overgrowing the old structures and how it interferes and flows into the wind. I just think that it was really well done. And when you kill the clones, right?
Yeah.
The stormtroopers, it doesn't cut them like I would love to, like in the Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
But it does definitely kind of leave a really cool effect on the ground, on the walls. It really make like your walls on the floor as well, and the whole kind of surfaces, and just shows how like you're actually like holding and have a possession of something dangerous enough to literally make, you know, cuts into the walls and floors.
All right.
And then you're cutting into the enemies, and you're like, "Holy shit!" Actually, no, that I would not like to get cut with that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Jasper probably gets off to that, but it's his stuff.
Motherfucker. Shut the front door. Shut the fuck up.
All right.
This is not a Christian server.
Anyway, if I were to say my rating for design, I gotta give it a 9. Mainly because I love how they designed the world. It almost kind of reminds me of how they did with Episode 1 in Star Wars, where they made sure they made the worlds feel real. And with this game, it feels like you're traversing through Dathomir, through Kashyyyk, through Bogano. It's amazing what you were able to do in that certain situation. It's one of those rare moments I can say they really upped their game when it comes to that. I think, and of course, the design of the characters, again, I like a lot of the characters that were designed. Some of them, mainly the more human ones, seemed a little off in some areas, but that's only for a few characters in particular. But other than that, though, the game looks incredibly good for what it is, and I think that if they decide to make DLC for it, I think it'd be pretty
Oh,
impressive.
please do.
Because honestly, I would love to see DLC where they would expand on the story, expand on the characters and all that, and especially adding more worlds. Wouldn't that be amazing? Each DLC would be a brand new world you could explore.
What happened? Did you shut off?
No, it's still going.
No, but I'm just saying is that.
Oh, I guess that one. No.
It went off on mine too. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I'm double checking. No, we're still on stream.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's really kind of odd because it said. You were off on my phone.
Yeah, that's weird.
Did you just jack off, Jasper? Did you just jack off a ghost?
Really, Monstrosity? Come on, man.
I mean, he literally did that kind of face. He did that in the air, and like, whoa.
I'm gonna take this bat and I'm gonna bang you upside the head with it if you don't shut up.
Don't use your anal dildo.
Actually,
hey.
Doctor.
Let's keep it G, people. Let's keep it G.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Sorry.
told to keep it G.
But yeah, I would still give it a 9. Dr. Death, what about you? What would you rate it and why?
Well, I would rate it let's say 9 as well because, well, you guys are telling me that the
We're on the
landscape
final
is
part
good.
of this one. We're gonna be doing
Telling
gameplay
me-
after this.
Oh, good.
You're telling me everything looks good about it, so this makes me want to play it, and I kind of want to. I want to actually go to GameStop and go buy it right now and try it out for myself. But according to your guys' reviews, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 9 for me because, well, as a noob going into this game, I kind of want to play it now. You guys are making me want to play it because your guys is awesome.
It's like 70 quid, isn't it?
What?
I think the game is still around $40 from what I remember. It could be less.
I mean,
price
yeah,
on
but on Steam,
PlayStation.
you could get the EA pass for like $1 and literally have it for free.
That is true. Yeah.
It's $30 for a year for it.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, but monthly.
For EA Pass.
Yeah, but for monthly.
Yeah.
Oh, for monthly?
For monthly, I think it's around 15.
I'll have to get it.
Mate, I have like 79p for a month.
Yeah, but I think the prices may be different here than it is there.
Can't be that high change, can it?
I don't know. I have to double check. Give me a second. I'm very curious now. So is all EA Play or something?
EA
Yeah,
Play.
EA Play. Now it changes to £4 per month, but doesn't mean that you're going to get $15. I mean, maximum $8.
Oh, here it is. Let's see, $4.99 a month and $29.99 for a full year.
Oh, it's not bad at all.
That's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're gonna get on to the last part before we do a brand new segment that I just added for the show, and we're gonna be doing gameplay. So we're gonna do for myself. I'm actually gonna give it a. I actually cannot believe I'm saying this. I'm actually gonna give it a full-on 7. But the reason why I'm giving it a 7 is that it feels way too similar to Dark Souls. The only thing, and that's only with the bosses. Everything else is actually not that bad. I love everything else about it. It's more of a Dark Souls type of thing that just seems, I don't know, it just seems off. I think that's the only, and not to mention the difficulty can spike so quickly when you're in Grandmaster mode. It is absolutely insane. He knows because he saw me stress the hell out of there from when I did the stream on that, and I completely regret that. But, yeah, but other than that, though, the gameplay is still very good. It's just that I think that if they kind of scaled it a tiny bit more down in Grandmaster mode and maybe made the boss fights a little bit more creative, maybe try to figure out solutions to defeat them, I think it would have been pretty much a perfect game. Next we'll do Monstrosity. What about you? What would you rate the gameplay and why?
I'd say 10. I mean, I love a challenge. I love a challenge. That's what I say. That's what I like to. That's why I bought this game, because a lot of people said it's hard. And not in that type of hard, Jasper. I'm talking about like actual challenge hard.
What? PG, you little waker. PG, you little waker.
Okay, enough with taking the piss. Okay, let's try and be semi-serious.
Yeah. But overall, I just like how you said, Retro, you said about Dark Souls and the bosses. I actually like the bosses. I like the difficulty of the bosses, even in normal mode, because it just would make the game way too easy, and I just like that you gotta actually try and sweat your ass out just to, like, for example, beat that boss, you know? Like the Seventh Sister, I literally thought of that character 20 times before I said, oh my god, I give up, and I had to go on easy mode just to defeat her. And I just went back to normal mode because it was so tough. And did I feel proud? No. But did I like the ending? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where I'm gonna argue with you only because of one boss. You know the boss of Bogano? You know that creature toad thing with the extended tongue? That has that has a stupid hitbox that gets you even when you're not even near it. It almost kind of reminds me of a freaking troll in Dark Souls. You know, the one where it tries to grab you and it somehow grabs you even though you're away from it?
Is that the same one that uses its own arm to try and beat you to death?
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
It's that one. It's absolute, and it's the starting boss fight. I'm sorry, I have so many bad memories of that game. I cringe every time I hear it. So, that's another reason why I gave it a 7 there, Monstrosity. That's why.
I mean, I get your point, you know?
So what about, I got a question because you said challenge. What type of challenges do you like? What draws you to
someone's not afraid to beat my ass. Literally it.
So okay. So
he's a masochist.
Well, no, but basically what he is,
of course
what he's looking for is to go up there and get the maximum challenge for himself, so he can be able to improve. It's always kind of like being that have a goal and you're just barely able to hit it. So that's what you're kind of looking at there. You just like it when you could go up there and learn, basically, because that's normally what happens.
Yeah, and also Retro, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
No. I know he's not wrong. I was just trying it.
You have to be masochist to play this game. Well, that's Dark Souls.
But that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You know.
It's basically saw my balls off. I'm gonna be basically screwed here, no matter what.
Yeah. It's dope, because then because at the end you're gonna say, yes, fuck yeah, I finally beated you,
yeah,
and
that's true.
I'm not like, that was easy, and just go to the next boss, and like, that wasn't fun at all.
How did you guys like the boss challenges anyway? And I'll start with Rye Guy, and then I'll go with Monstrosity. How'd you like the boss fights? Did it actually have like progressive? Because I like boss fights that actually progress. You hit one, and then the next one's going to be harder. The next one's going to be harder and stuff like that. I really don't like it when there's too much ambiguity in your boss fight. It's like, oh, man, this one, level 2 was tough as hell, but level 3, I mean, I sneezed at it and was able to get through. So, I mean, how did you guys like the boss fights? Did it actually go up in value? I guess be an easy way to put it.
No.
Okay, that's one no. What about Rye Guy?
I'd have to say it. Well, I've only beaten it on normal mode, so I'm hoping once I try a harder difficulty, the boss fights will be that much harder and much more satisfying when I beat them. But overall, so far, it has been punishing yet rewarding, because you really have to learn learn the stages and their motions, because one wrong move and that could be it.
I feel empty and disappointment in that game whenever I play those bosses. So
I've seen it live. Okay, guys, he is pretty much,
I almost went into a full-on depression after just dealing with even the normal enemies on Grandmaster mode.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to start up Fallen Order and try it on Grandmaster.
Dude, you are going to cry.
How about you there, Monstrosity? What do you think?
I like that. I like the start.
Okay.
Because you're facing the main enemy.
Okay.
The villain without any superpowers, and she already has a full set on you. And you're going, oh, that's gonna be fun, and you just keep trying, you're learning as you go, and you're not stopping and saying, let's think how to beat this character. You're just fighting your way through, and that's what I love about the challenge. You're going, you're slashing, you're blocking and shit like that, and then when you get the actual forces, like the push, the pull, that gets so much more advantage over the enemies, because you block easier, you jump back and you run against walls, it's awesome.
I liked your point at the beginning that I'm an old gamer, old school gamer, and back in the days, you just had to take what you had and plow through it, just like you said. And sometimes those are actually your best challenges, with no powers, with no extras, with nothing else.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You're working on pure skill right there. It's your skill as a gamer at that point. It's actually, that is your finest point, actually.
Because what I'd rather is, if you have two options, for example, of games where you have a full self skills and a tough enemy, and you just meant to learn your abilities basically by watching the enemy and copying what he's doing in your own time, beating like that, or have nothing, remember what the enemy's doing, developing in your own time, learning as you go, and then literally beating his ass, having that revenge on how hard he literally tortured you through in the past. That is what I like.
Also, I'm also going to switch to Dr. Death. Now, I know you haven't really played the game so much, but we're going to go with what would make it challenging for you. What parts of the challenge did you like in any game? Not just this game, but any game. So we're talking about that philosophy.
Well, in any game in particular, I'm gonna go with Borderlands 1 as well. Why not? Or Roblox in that case. I like how they make for Roblox the jumps so far apart in like a parkour area. I love that type of challenge. I love having to retry them over and over and over again. You can ask Retro about that. And for Borderlands, I love how difficult the bosses get. I mean, it's going to take some thinking about it, but if you're just a fresh new character out of the wazoo, it's going to be hard. I mean, the difficulty of the bosses, the other enemies, if you're like on somebody else's profile, like let's say a level 80 character, and you're fresh out of the barracks as a level 30 boosted character, it's going to be hard to get past them. But if you keep trying, you're going to succeed. You just got to keep trying.
Yes, and I like that. I'm going to ask Retro here a relatively same question. Monstrosity, just keep that thought in mind, and then we'll get back to you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So basically, when you start taking a look at the challenges and stuff like that, did the challenges, Retro, go the way you think that it might have went?
No, it's bullshit.
Okay, well, tell me why.
Well, for one thing, some of the bosses are absolutely broken. Mainly because of their hitboxes. No matter how many times I freaking dodge, I'm never going to be able to escape them. Now, there's a difference between NES difficulty and games like Dark Souls difficulty. NES difficulty makes sense because it's your mistake, you pay the price for it. But in games like Dark Souls and even Jedi Fallen Order, it is total bullshit. They will make sure you suffer whether or not you manage to dodge in time or not.
Okay.
There's no reward in anything you do. It is a bunch of bullcrap. There is no reason why a boss should completely destroy your playthrough.
We're gonna go back to commercial break right over here to give Retro a chance to go up there and come down from the overhead. At this time, Monstrosity, your thought.
Oh God! Seeing you wordlessly rage on Twitch right now was one of the funniest things I've seen.
Now you know how I feel about this game and all games like Dark Souls.
Look at his
I'm
face.
gonna beat it on Master difficulty just so I can drink your sweet, salty tears.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Monstrosity, go ahead.
Feel the pain.
Retro. Why are you so salty? Jesus Christ.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
I
okay?
agree with Monstrosity.
I take my straw.
Jesus Christ. I mean, my God. Isn't that a point? But if you think about it, isn't that a point to just have fun,
Yes.
get an OP opponent, and then just look at him charge it, and you're like, oh, show, and just run back
Yeah.
just to get behind him and just slash him once.
It's like Cuphead, for God's
Yes,
sake.
it is. It is. It's literally the point of it. That's what's fun about it. And then you're like, never stop fun because I want things easy. No, you don't do that. That's literally the point of a challenge.
Okay, so the thing, like, for me, anyway, you know, when we used to play...
This is the reason why people love my show. They love me raging at games like Dark Souls, Jedi Fallen Order, and Cuphead.
Yep, that's true. And the thing
God
is,
bless
it's
it.
like, for me, you know, you got to remember, back in the days, it was quarters. It wasn't a reset button, people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? So
that.
really, you know, when you're going up there, and one thing about like Cuphead, and the reason why that game is more my speed, is the fact that it is patterns. It is things back from the days of old, okay?
Oh yeah.
Another thing is that the boss fights have to, they weren't really boss fights, you know, just basically, they didn't call them bosses at the time. You know, it's just getting to the next level. You just had to pass this one guy. So, but let me tell you, each one progressively got worse. There was never a time where you hit a point and then all of a sudden you digressed. You always aggressed, because just remember, they have to make money. So you already know that you're going to get, but that's where I like for me, in Monstrosity, I think we both have the same concept, in the sense that when you have nothing and you're going out there, it is actually your skill as a gamer. You know, and stuff like that too. This is where the rubber meets the road, people, and stuff like that. This is where you're intuitive and all this other stuff really comes into play. And a lot of times, what really makes it great for all the gamers, and I see, even though you guys might not know the game itself, but you guys have great foundational skills. That doesn't matter what game you're going to play, you're going to adapt to it decently quick. You know, and that's the reason why that I like this new age of gaming right over here, because you guys can be able to take those skills and be able to move it in. Now for us, because the games are so vastly different, and also it was a money concept too. You really had to, you sometimes you didn't even play a game. You watched somebody play it before you even attempted it. You know what I mean? So, but you guys have the skills to go in there and be able to do it. You know, like we had one guy who was really great at Pac-Man, but he couldn't play Asteroids to save his life.